Have you ever considered how many opportunities you've missed? How many phone calls you didn't get from a job because of something that was on your profile? If you're like me, I actually think it's a good thing because I really don't want to work with someone who doesn't want to work with a woman like me. I'm just keeping it real. Okay? Welcome to the Digital Tea, where I'm spilling the tea on all things digital. I am your hostess, Mrs. Wakazi Matingwa. I want to welcome you to the latest channel where we're going to have a wonderful conversation dedicated to men and women like myself living that digital life. First of all, please please click, like, share, subscribe, click that button. Leave a comment. As I always look forward to having a wonderful conversation about how the tech space has greatly impacted and even altered the real world that we live in. So what is a digital tea? Think of it as tech as a lifestyle. It's an interaction between the digital space and then the real world that we live in. We're living in a matrix where our everyday lives are greatly impacted by our digital interactions, by this alternate reality we've created. For example, think of all the things you found online, like your house, your job. You might even work online like I do. You might collect your coins on the internet, just like she does. You might even found love, okay? I found my man on the internet. Okay? Even groceries. I barely go to the grocery store anymore, or a department store anymore. All I do is I go to the internet on my phone. I go and put my little groceries in the cart, okay? I pay online with a little click of a button. I roll up into the drive-up lane. They bring my groceries to the trunk of my car, and I keep it pushing. I remember back in the day, however, you had to somehow manage leaving work, going to get the kids, getting to the grocery store with the kids, okay? You have to drag them through the store, find what you need, get in the line, get in that long right before dinner line, and you had to write that check. You had to write out that check, okay? She ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. She just don't have time. I don't have time for that, okay? I might make us less mobile, but consider the fact that you might have more time for other things like exercising or just spending time with your family, like meaningful time with your family. Have you ever heard the saying that life imitates art, imitates life? Oh, no, you didn't just bust up in here. Want to say hi? Say hi to the camera. Come on, let's say hi to the camera. Say hi to the people. To the camera.
People.
See, wave. What's your name?
Zuzu.
Your name's Zuzu. And you home from school?
Yes.
Why were you home from school?
I don't know.
You don't know why you're home from school? Why they send you home?
I think she's coughing at school.
You were coughing? Let me see your cough. You were doing that at school?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, mommy finish?
Yes.
Okay, come on, let's go.
No.
Say bye-bye, people.
Bye-bye, people. No, you're not ready.
You have to use your imagination, see? See there? There we go. Boop, boop. The real world that we live in creates the digital world. There's nothing online that was not put there by a real person. Even if it's like some computer program creating stuff, okay, that computer program was created by a person to create things online. And the internet is a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week international marketplace, international communication tool. People interact online differently than they do in person many times as well, especially considering you don't have to place your whole self online. When interacting in person, for example, your body is available, right? People can see your body language. They can look into your eyes. Not so online, okay? In person, you can't say something like, I'm sexually attracted to you, and then just walk away. I'm sure there are going to be repercussions to saying something like that. On the internet, however, you can still put the phone down, walk away, and really not deal with any of it. And if there are repercussions, deal with the repercussions at a later time. Now, eventually, you will have to talk about it. If I can teach you one thing today, that is eventually, there aren't always, but there are repercussions to things that you do and say online, even if you think you can just put it out there and walk away. I know people who do that. They're very passive aggressive on the internet, and it results in things like a lost relationship. It might turn into a physical confrontation. Okay, I know people who have committed suicide over text messages and things that were said. So there are many times there are repercussions past what you might see through a computer. I feel like millennials, being that they grew up with so much technology around them, and other generations after them try to argue online a lot. A lot of times they try to use a computer as some type of defense mechanism to argue with someone or say things that they're afraid to say in person. If I have communication issues, I use my computer to communicate for me, when really a computer is just a mechanism by which you are already communicating. And again, there very well might be repercussions to what you have said through the internet. And if you think about it, millions of people interacting, even with the slightest of difference. We have that many people all interacting at the same time on many different subjects in many different languages all across the world. Even with the slightest of difference of interactions from all these millions of people, it creates a whole new world of possibilities. It creates all kinds of new opportunities to interact, to fight, to love, to speak out, and just so many more methods of communicating and living our real lives. We take our real lives and our real life experiences, we put them online, and they begin to take on a new life with filters and friends from long ago, all the emojis and the sharing and the liking, and it allows our real lives to create this digital life of its own online. Just like this channel, if you think about it. And then real things begin to happen in the real world. We take our real lives, we put them out there on the internet, we allow all these new things to happen, and then we put it back into the real world, and it's a whole new opportunities present themselves, both good and bad sometimes. It opens doors. Think of an old friend you may have found on Facebook. You have lunch with them. Hey, you might date somebody that you found online. At the end of the day, the internet is just a method of communication. It's a mechanism by which to communicate. Instead of our car taking us to point A to point B, it's silicon wires transmitting ones and zeros on our behalf to get us what we want and where we want to go. And remember, nothing is placed online that was not put there by a human. So just how does this affect our everyday life? That is what the digital T will constantly seek to answer and to help us to be more mindful and ever vigilant about how we interact with people online. To keep us ever vigilant of our digital manners, if you will. How our lives are changing for better or for worse. Some of us do and say things from behind a computer or phone that we would never do or say in person. Have you ever considered maybe how many opportunities you might have missed because of something that was on your profile and you never got that first phone call back? Just consider what might be in your digital profile that's keeping you from getting that initial phone call. And when you really think about it, if you're like me, I actually think it's a good thing. I do put a little bit of myself out there because I really don't want to work with someone who doesn't want to work with a black woman like me. I'm just keeping it real. I don't put everything out there all the time, but I will plant little seeds of Makazi on the internet and watch them grow. Okay. Again, I am Makazi with the Digital Tea, where I'm spilling the tea on all things digital. Again, don't forget to like, click, hit that button, share, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next time here on the Digital Tea.